All right, today we're going to be working with the stretch out strap, and we're going to start with the hamstrings and inner and kind of outer thighs. So what you want to do is put your foot in the furthest loop away. Even if you're really flexible, you can always back your foot down, but I'm pretty flexible in my hamstrings and I start there. Okay, so what we want to do is kind of lock our elbows back by pushing, so we take the tension out of our neck. You can also add a cervical pillow or a towel rolled up. And so you're going to press your hips down evenly through those sits bones. This knee can be bent if you don't have this extensibility at your hip right here. And what you're going to do is press into the strap for 2 to 5 seconds, pressing down and then let it release. You can point your toe a little more if you need to, but you're going to press down into the strap and let it release. Come up a little bit by pulling the strap closer to you. And again, I can take this leg down so you can see more. But as you press your shoulders back and down, you're keeping your abdominals braced tightly, and that allows for more movement at the leg, but not at the pelvis. Okay, so you shouldn't be moving your pelvis or your hip bones to get your leg up higher. All right, so that's hamstring. Now, if we want to go to the outer part of our hamstring, that's more on this side instead of medially, you're going to wrap the strap around the inside of your foot. So you're going to come around the inside of your foot and take it around the outside of your leg. You're going to hold it again with the same hand as the leg. Now as you press your leg up an imaginary wall, you're going to feel it more in that outer part of your thigh again. So keep your abdominals braced and then add a little tension up or press down into the strap as you pull back with that left arm, and that'll help give you that stretch into the outer part of your hamstring, okay? We're gonna keep the strap in the same position, except put the strap over into our right hand for the outer thigh, okay, or outer hip. So as you grab, you can hold inside the strap if that works best, and then you're going to keep that left hip pressed down and away as I open across through my chest and I push my heel away from my left hip. I'm going to get a lot of stretch through that outer thigh there. All right, so as you're feeling that outer thigh, you're going to really push into it with the heel, maybe bend your knee and relax a little bit, and then press back in again, okay? So as you come back into center, we're going to go to the inner thigh. So this time, the strap needs to come to the outer side of your foot. When it comes to the outer side of your foot, you can then wrap it around. Make sure it's not twisted or it kind of digs into your skin. And then you're going to be here. So now, as we get ready to rotate in, we're going to really feel that innermost hamstring. And as you press your shoulders again back, opening across the chest, bracing the abdominals, you're going to reach that heel across your body just a little bit. Don't tip the leg too much. You'll feel it right in that inner hamstring there, okay? So I want you just to relax into that stretch, push a little bit, almost like you're pushing your foot up an imaginary wall, and release it. Maybe pull a little tighter if it's available, but you never want to restrict so that your body is not letting you in, okay? So that's more of that inner hamstring. So now we're going to move to the hamstring, but the inner thigh. So again, we're going to stretch it across the body, switch it to the right hand, and we're going to have a little pull on it here so we can support ourselves. If you need to, use your left hand to hold the leg up. So as I reach my leg out, I'm going to get a stretch. Now, if you're really flexible in this stretch, you may be able to go farther or further up. But remember, my pelvis isn't moving as my leg moves, or if I go like this, I don't get to lift my pelvis up to get my leg higher. That's called relative flexibility, not dynamic flexibility. So let's stay anchored in our hips and our pelvis. Whether the knee is bent or the leg is lengthened out is entirely up to you. Now, if you bend your knee and you push the leg out, you're going to get a little inner thigh. Okay, so my leg is down on the ground. I know it's hard for you to see it, but just imagine taking your leg bent and down to the ground if you can, and stretching it kind of up. So here's my foot, and I'm going to stretch my foot up the side of my body. I'll switch over here, and show you on this side quickly, and then we'll be done with the inner, outer, medial hamstring, inner and outer thigh. So as I bend and I press, I'm going to push that leg out to the side and see how I'm bringing it towards you, but notice that I'm not doing it from my hip. See how I'm not turning my hips and pulling up? You really want to keep your hips steady or square and then bring it out to the side laterally like that, and then push it back in and up, out to the side. And you'll really feel that in your inner thigh, here in your groin, or in your outer hip complex. So try those and email me or give us a call if you have any questions.